Hi, my name's Jan, and this is Silky Steel's Kitchen Witchery. Welcome to my channel, and welcome to my fermentation series. Today, we're going to be fermenting cabbage. Now, the only things you'll really need to do this is non-iodized salt, like a natural sea salt, kosher salt, Himalayan salt, something like that. A cabbage. You can add other things to it. I like some spices and onion and peppers in mine, but you don't have to do that. And a clean jar, maybe a coffee filter, and a rubber band, and possibly a baggie or a weight designed to hold the vegetables down in the jar. So, love, light, and magic to everyone. Let's get fermenting sauerkraut. I'm going to be showing you how to make sauerkraut. It's very simple, not complicated, very healthy. By fermenting vegetables, you increase their bioavailability for the nutrients to your body. Some people say at least tenfold. So it's a very simple preparation. You just got to slice a little bit, and here we go. All you're going to need is cabbage and salt. The rest of the ingredients are optional. I like a little spicy. I'm quartering the cabbage. And I'm taking out the core. However, oh, you know what I forgot to do? Darn it. Let me see if I can get a big piece. You're going to need a big outer leaf or two in order to, well, I'll show you later. But you're going to need, it's better to take it off before you start quartering, I'll just tell you that much. That should be enough. Yeah, so quartered. I cut out the core, but I don't throw it away like a lot of people do because it's really full of fiber and nutrients. I just slice it much thinner. And it's also got this nice peppery taste that I like. So I don't like to waste anything. I used to just eat the core, but now I just throw it in. I just slice it really thin. Okay. So, let's pile these up to the side. I don't like making extra dishes for myself, so I'm just cutting it in the same container that I'm going to slice it into. Let me put these aside. Okay, and I'm going to use my mandolin because I did it one time before and it worked so amazing and saves so much energy. That's what we're doing this time. Not all of it will fit. Like it's sliced about 1/4 of an inch thick. This is so much better than slicing and slicing and slicing. Not all the pieces are going to go through, but I will take those out and slice them separately. And be very careful using a mandolin. They apparently are very bloodthirsty. And frankly, I'd rather use my blood for other purposes than adding protein to cabbage. Can you imagine how long you'd be watching me if I had to do this by hand with a knife? I've only cut myself on my mandolin once. And, yes, I learned my lesson. Mad respect for mandolins. And the reason I'm starting this fermenting series is because I believe things are going to get harder pretty quickly here, and I think we should be protecting ourselves from scarcity. True abundance comes when you have enough for everyone. So I don't feel like I'm living in abundance unless I have enough to share. So I'm making a lot of fermented goods because they last a long time. They're healthy as heck. And I can afford to make enough to share. It's vegetables, which are reasonable right now. I don't know that they're going to stay that way. The supply chain is going to be having problems. So I'd like to protect all of you, my friends, with a little knowledge. I think there's one more under here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Oh, no, missed that one. More hiding under here. I'm going to be handling this cabbage a lot. If I miss a couple of pieces, I will find them and tear them up. Now, I measured this cabbage. I'm sorry, I weighed it before I started. I should have done that on film. But, it weighs 2.5 pounds. And so what you want is a tablespoon for every 2 pounds of salt. So I'm going to do a heavy tablespoon. Probably a tablespoon and a half. I like it kind of salty. And you cannot use iodized salt. You need to use a natural salt, either sea salt, kosher salt, or my favorite, Himalayan pink salt, which is what I'm using. Himalayan pink salt. Fine. I like it fine because it penetrates the skin better. Quick correction, a tablespoon per 2 pounds of cabbage. Okay. Put that away. I don't like leaving it unzipped because it absorbs moisture. There we go. Now, fun times. You're going to want to have your hands washed before you deal with food, any way you look at it. But with this, you do not want to use antibacterial soap. I washed everything with Mrs. Meyer's dish detergent, which has no weird chemicals, and it's not antibacterial. So what you're going to want to do is start basically beating the hell out of this cabbage. You're going to want to... They call it kneading, I call it bruising. Bruise the heck out of it. Oops. Got things falling down. And what's going to happen is it's going to start producing some water. It will produce its own brine. So we won't be adding any sort of liquid to this. It's going to do it all by itself. And you can see it's already compressing. And my arthritic hands can't take quite as much abuse as they used to, so I use this little Swedish rolling pin that I have. They make mallets that are bigger. I wish I had one, but I don't. But this works really good. And you're just gonna bruise the hell out of it. Beat it to within an inch of its life. I find with grocery store cabbage, or if it's late in the season for your own garden, I can't have much of a garden here, I'm in Tucson, but I find that if it's got more moisture in it, you're going to start seeing liquid at the bottom already, and I don't see it here. So what I usually end up doing, because it's nice if you get a great juicy one, I can feel the water in it. It's nice if you got a great juicy one, but most of them are generally a little dry. And let's see if I can get this all off my hands. So what I'm going to do, I can feel it starting to break into the skin. What I'm going to do, it starts feeling a little slimy. What I'm going to do is cover it with a towel and leave it sit from 1 to 3 hours. I will check it periodically until it's softer and ready to make some more water. Okay, so I'm going to cover this. My really cute dish towels that a friend of mine gave me to honor me and Mr. Murder Mittens. My glasses, my cat. I'm going to set that aside, and then I'm going to get... Oh, I got scared. I thought I had a whole piece under there. I was like, no, I missed one. How did that happen? But we're going to set that aside, and so now I'm going to use my mandolin slicer and slice up the rest of the goodies that are going in here. Let me peel this. I washed it, but I didn't get that off. I hate it when it sticks so much you have to actually cut it to get it off. That's ridiculous. They shouldn't use that kind of stuff on food. Okay, so here we go. Boy, do I love this mandolin. I got this last year, and it is just the best thing ever. It saves so much time. Oh, no wonder I left it thick. I like it thinner for these. a little bit in here. Adjust this a little smaller because I don't like big chunks of other stuff. I want to taste my cabbage. That is beautiful. Normally I'd put a little carrot in with this, but I truly don't have any right now. I thought I bought some, but I cannot find it in my refrigerator now. I'll probably find it when it's good enough to go to my friend's horses. Next, purple onion. I love a mandolin. I don't even think I could slice them that thin on my own. For one, I don't have the patience. I'm a very impatient witch. Really fine. And do the cores. I have found that even with the mandolin, it gets difficult slicing cores. So the last bit gets crunched. One more. So that's all the extra stuff, and now I'm going to put in some bay leaf, little bits of extra oh no, that's my garlic. 2 cloves of garlic, some caraway seeds, some juniper berries, a few black peppercorns, and some clove. You do not need as much spice as you would think. Normally I'd think about putting, you know, maybe 6 cloves of garlic in something this size of 64 ounce. But if I did that, it would taste like garlic. Nothing but. So I'm just going to break up these onions. Toss this around a bit. And then we're going to go find something to do for an hour while we wait for the rest of the cabbage. Okay, so it's been about an hour and a half maybe, and we're gonna finish beating the snot out of this cabbage. Oh look, we got water coming out already. That's awesome. Okay, this is gonna go well. The cleaning fairies have been time to dig my hands in. Oh yeah, look at that. Juice everywhere. Perfect. Awesome. Won't have to work too hard at that. Let's set these aside. And mix in all the other stuff. This is all the spices and the onion. Break up the onions. Oh, that looks beautiful. I think this is one of the better sauerkrauts I've put together. Okay, so I don't have a giant funnel for the jars, and I think it's kind of a waste because they're still a mess when you do use them. So what I do is I make a spot in the bowl and put the jar in the middle. That way I can stuff it and not make a mess. This broke down so well, I think I might even have extra room in this jar. Do you remember how much cabbage it looked like? It didn't look like it would ever fit in a jar this size. And you may be thinking that it won't. Except you haven't seen this part yet. So you squash it down into the jar. Excuse me if there's a lot of breathing. I'm having a bit of trouble today. Okay, I'm going to rinse this off and put it on the counter and get the rest of this in there. all that juice. Awesome. Awesome. I'm just pushing it down off the sides of the jar. And what I'm going to do is take the cabbage that we set aside and punch it down around the sides to keep all of the cabbage underwater, or under brine as it were. This one should be perfect. There. Now I'm going to take one of my glass weights. These are very convenient. It's got a little trough for A, so you can pick it up out of there easily, and B, so it can fill with the brine, and you can be certain that everything is underneath. There we go. I'm going to rinse my hands and get a paper towel. I'm going to wipe the rim. Beautiful. Perfect. Now I'm going to put, this is a Sauerkraut lid, and what it does is it has a breather in it so that the gas can be released, but oxygen won't get in. So I put those on, and then I burp it a little bit. There. And that's it. Set it on your counter, your preferably a darker place. My counter's too bright. I'm in Tucson. A dark, warm spot. And unless you live in Tucson like me, then you like to find a dark, cooler spot because everything's warm. And in 3 to 4 weeks, taste it and see if you like it. If you think it might need a little more, then leave it sit longer. You can leave it sit up to 6 weeks or more. And so that's how you make sauerkraut. Look at that beautiful, beautiful sauerkraut. Thank you so much. Enjoy. Hi, I just had a couple of quick edits to add at the end there. You don't need a weight. You can use a clean rock, or you can take a Ziploc bag, punch it in down around the cabbage, push it down hard, and then fill that with some saline or salted water so that if it leaks, it doesn't put fresh water in there. And that works well too. And you can put a coffee filter over the top with a rubber band. You don't need all the special equipment. I just wanted to get that in there. And just to be clear, I had to voice over a bit. For every 2 pounds of cabbage, it is 1 tablespoon of salt. I got that kind of messed up when I was saying it in the video. So enjoy, like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and tell all your friends. Blessed be. Love, light, and magic to everyone.